Here is your full, long, engaging story, written in plain paragraphs, no headings, structured for a 40-minute YouTube narration, emotional, cinematic, and with a strong final message. Do you have an expired cake for my daughter? The cashier froze. The customers in line stopped breathing. And the man who had asked the question, thin, trembling, dressed in a faded security guard uniform, kept his eyes lowered as if ashamed of the words that had just escaped his mouth. What no one knew was that someone else heard those words too, someone standing 2 aisles away, someone whose life was about to collide with his in a way neither of them could have imagined. A man whose face appeared often in business magazines, whose wealth was whispered about in corporate halls. A man who built an empire, yet carried an emptiness no money had ever filled. A man known simply as the Millionaire. And he heard everything. If you're watching this, stay with me till the end, because what happens next isn't just a story, it's a reminder of the kind of humanity this world desperately needs. And if this touches your heart in any way, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, because stories like this deserve to be shared. The bakery section smelled of fresh bread and warm cinnamon. It was evening, minutes before closing. Most cakes had been sold, except a few slightly dented boxes in the corner. The tired cashier looked at the man and asked softly, "Expired? Why would you want an expired cake, sir?" He swallowed, his voice cracking. "My daughter, she turned 6 today. I promised her a birthday cake, but I can't afford one. I thought maybe if you had something you were going to throw away," a woman in line scoffed under her breath. Another man shook his head with pity. But the father continued as if only the floor understood him. "She's waiting at home with her little paper plate, telling her dolls we're having a real party today." His hands trembled as he held out the few coins he had. "Please, even a damaged one. Anything." The cashier's eyes softened, but she was limited by store rules. "I'm sorry, sir, we're not allowed to give out expired items." The man nodded slowly as if he had already expected that answer. With quiet dignity, he whispered, "Thank you anyway," and turned to leave, but that was when the millionaire stepped forward. A tall man in a tailored suit, carrying a basket with expensive cheeses and fruits, items that cost more than the security guard's entire day's wage. "Wait," the millionaire said, his voice steady but warm. Everyone turned. He walked up to the father, reaching into the bakery display. "Which cake does your daughter like?" The father froze, confused. "Sir, no, please. I didn't mean, I asked which one she likes," the millionaire repeated, gentler this time. The father's eyes flickered over the cakes nervously. "The strawberry one," he whispered. "She likes pink, but sir, I can't." "You can," the millionaire cut in. "And you will." He bought not only the strawberry cake, but candles, balloons, snacks, and a glittery "Happy Birthday" banner. The cashier watched with wide eyes as the total climbed, 10 times more than the father could ever dream of spending. When they walked out of the store, the father held the bag as if it were made of gold. "Sir, I don't know how to thank you," he said, voice trembling. I didn't want my daughter to feel poor. I just wanted her to feel special today." The millionaire paused. Something in those words struck a wound buried deep inside him. "What's your daughter's name?" he asked. "Lena," the father smiled softly. "She's turning 6. The millionaire hesitated. "Would you mind if I came to wish her?" The father blinked in shock. "You? Come to my home? If it's all right." The man nodded slowly, unsure why this stranger cared so much, but grateful beyond measure. They walked together through narrow streets, past flickering streetlights, up a creaking wooden staircase to a small, humble apartment. Inside, little Lena sat at a tiny table decorated with colored pencils, staring sadly at a single unlit candle stuck into a plain biscuit. When she saw her father enter with the cake, her face lit up like sunrise. "Papa. You got a cake? A real one?" Her father knelt, tears streaming silently. "Yes, my love. A real one." Lena noticed the millionaire standing behind him. Who is he? She asked innocently. The millionaire knelt too, offering her a warm smile. Just a friend. May I celebrate with you? She nodded eagerly, running to bring an extra plastic chair, its legs uneven, but offered with pride. They lit the candles. The millionaire watched the tiny room fill with laughter, light, and love, things he hadn't felt in years. His own daughter, he hadn't celebrated her last birthday. He had been too busy chasing money, too lost in his empire to see what mattered. As Lena blew out the candles, he felt something inside him crack open. Later, as the party wound down, the father insisted again, "Sir, I have nothing to repay you with." The millionaire shook his head. "You already gave me something far more valuable." The father looked puzzled. "What could I give you?" "A reminder," the millionaire said. "Of what really matters." Before leaving, the millionaire pulled out a card and placed it gently on the table. "Come to this address tomorrow," he said. "I'd like to offer you a job." The father froze. "A job? For me? My company needs someone dependable. And you're a man who was willing to swallow his pride for his child. That tells me more about your character than any resume ever could." The next day, the father showed up at the towering glass building printed on the card, only to discover that the man he had met wasn't just wealthy, he was the CEO, the owner of the entire corporation that he was hired on the spot. A stable salary. Health insurance. A path to a better life, and every year after that, without fail, the millionaire personally brought Lena her birthday cake. Some wounds don't heal instantly. Some scars stay quiet but deep. But sometimes, life sends us reminders in the most unexpected ways. The millionaire had money but no warmth, the father had warmth but no money, yet in one moment, over a simple request for an expired cake, both found something priceless. So if you're watching this right now, remember, kindness costs nothing, but its impact lasts forever. If this story touched your heart, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because the world needs more stories that remind us we're still human, and maybe, just maybe, your small act of kindness today might be the miracle someone else has been praying for.